YouTube, it's Mike here. What you're seeing in the pot getting wet right now are some grapes. And I'm losing my daylight and it's starting to rain. So thought I would just show you. These are grapes that were kind of a weed actually at one point. They had been trying to grow and try and grow and try and grow down in the ground here along. And basically they had been treated as weeds. They'd been cut back, cut back, cut back. And so I got this bright idea that I would put up a trellis, and I talked to my neighbors and we came to an agreement that because this is a line fence, that I would prune them up and grow them if they would help me avoid cutting them off at the base. And this is, I think, my second year. Whether you can see it or not, I've trimmed up this one side, and this over here is going to be trimmed, but maybe not tonight. I think I'm going to end up getting kind of just, I was cutting the grapes as I was going along, and trimming at the same time to be kind of thorough about it. It's a bit of an OCD issue, I guess. I think for now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to just have to go in here and get these guys and hack them out. They're all in here. There's lots of grapes actually. And I'm going to have to just finish trimming later because I'm not going to have enough light and whatever. But really this is just, I guess this is an example of if you can't beat them, join them. These things, like I say, have been just trying to take over for so long, and basically all I've been doing is trying to keep the weeds down, put in some wood chips down in here, because that was one of the reasons they kept getting cut off, is the weeds would grow up along this fence so bad, and once or twice a year my neighbors would come in and just use a saw kind of machine and hack all the weeds off. And so I've done a bunch to try to keep the weeds down. I've been weeding them, and they're doing quite well. I'm trying to find where the main stems come out. I'm not an overly experienced trimmer of grapes. I do a lot of fruit trees and whatnot, but unfortunately when I was a kid I didn't have the foresight to learn. I used to live down by the Niagara area, and I actually did work picking grapes and stuff on occasion in the Niagara vineyards. And I never really paid much attention. It was just kind of a little job. Go out, get the grapes, be done. And now I wish I would have been paying a lot more attention. So anyway, that's that. They're good grapes. Last year I made a little tiny bit of juice. This year I've borrowed a juicer. I'll have to do a video when I get that going in a little bit here. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else has ever tried something like this. But like I say, if they're going to grow anyway, I may as well trellis them and go ahead and just take advantage of the fact that they just don't want to quit. So I hope this gives others little ideas for stuff like this. I've talked to a lot of farmer types and whatever about using fence rows and wasted type land. Alright, so here we are, we're inside now. I've learned a few good lessons today about a number of things. One of the big things that I've learned is that this camera does not do well when it's raining really, really hard, even if you try to lean over top of it to try to block the rain. So, since I've come inside, I've checked where I left off, and I was talking about how I've talked to a lot of farm boy types and whatever about wind block rows and stuff, how you can grow raspberries and grapes and fruit trees and whatever, especially if you've got grapes like these that are volunteer weedy type. And so anyway, this is the pot of grapes I got. They're got to be sorted because it was getting so dark. I couldn't do much. I grabbed a couple out here that I cleaned off ahead of time. Show you. Not a bad looking little bunch. Got a couple of them. Again, this is only their second year being pruned, so they're not, you know, I'm sure there's lots more that they'll be able to go as far as size and all that. This is the first time I've pruned them since I trellised them. And hopefully that's going to let them really take off and do well. This is the steamer part, or the juicer, sorry. This is a container with water. Then there's a container with a funnel type unit up into the top where the juice gathers and comes into this hose. Underneath the lid here, it's like a strainer, so the water's going to boil, heat's going to come up, cook these berries down and loosen up all the juice, and the juice is going to come into the tube. And I've borrowed this from my neighbor, and just me being me, if you've watched any of my other stuff, I have some ideas to actually make one of these, so we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. I'm half tempted to start doing some cooking videos as well, but I feel like I'm starting to spread myself out, and people are going to start to think I'm just making this all up. But I'm going to do this up. I don't know if I'll can today, but I'm hoping to can a bunch of this juice. We do a fair amount of canning around here just because it's something that we can do. We live in Ontario, in Canada, not in a city, but outside of a city. And so if you get snowed in and the power goes out, you kind of got to be able to look after yourself for a couple of days. And having canned goods in the basement is one of those great things to have. And it's better food, I think. So let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Ciao.